The sky above Colony 9 was always gray. Dust storms came and went, but the people stayed busy. They were workers, soldiers, engineers. No one smiled much. In the middle of the colony, there was a cage, big, metal, cold, and inside it sat something. Someone. An alien woman. Her skin was soft blue, her hair long and white like snow. Her eyes glowed faint purple, not with anger but sadness. She looked more like a queen than a monster, but everyone in Colony 9 called her the same name. The Monster. Daniel was not like the others. He was young, maybe 22, a repairman. His job was to fix machines, wires, and broken doors. He didn't care about war or aliens. He just wanted peace. One afternoon, Daniel walked past the cage on his way back from the power station. A group of children stood nearby, throwing stones at the alien. She didn't fight back. She just sat there, looking at the sky. "Stop that!" Daniel shouted. The children ran. He walked closer. The cage buzzed with electricity. A high-tech shield covered it. No one could break in or out. "Why don't you fight them?" Daniel asked. The alien slowly turned her head and looked into his eyes. Her lips moved, but no sound came. Then a soldier's voice rang out. "Hey, step away from the cage." Daniel backed off. A guard stood with a shock rifle pointed at him. "She's dangerous," the guard said. "She killed 3 of our men." Before we caught her, Daniel looked again at the alien. She didn't look dangerous. She looked tired. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about those glowing eyes. Something felt wrong. Why would a killer just sit in a cage, silent? Why didn't she try to escape? At 2 a.m., he heard it. A soft voice, like a whisper, through his open window. "Help me." Daniel sat up. "Who's there?" "Please, I'm not what they say." He looked out and saw the cage glowing faintly in the distance. The alien was standing now, her hands wrapped around the bars. "How can you speak English?" he whispered. I listened. "I learned," she replied. "I was once your ally." Daniel's heart beat faster. He grabbed a flashlight and snuck outside. Careful not to be seen by the guards, he stepped 10 feet from the cage. "Who are you really?" he asked. "My name is Soraya," she said softly. "I came here to stop a war, not to start one. They said you killed soldiers. I defended myself when they shot at me. I didn't want to hurt anyone." Daniel looked around. The night was quiet, too quiet. Even the wind had stopped. Then Soraya said something that made his blood run cold. "They are hiding something. Your leaders. I know a truth they fear." Before Daniel could ask more, a loud alarm blared. "We-oh-oh-oh-we-oh-oh-oh." Red lights flashed. "Step away from the cage," shouted a soldier. Daniel raised his hands and walked back. Another soldier aimed his weapon at Soraya. "One more move and you're gone, alien." But Soraya didn't move. She just looked at Daniel with sad eyes and said, "You need to choose soon. Truth or silence." The next morning, Daniel was called to the command office. "You were seen near the alien last night," said Officer Briggs. A tall man with a scar over his eye, cold voice. "Cold heart. I was just walking," Daniel lied. "Watch yourself. She's playing games with your head." Daniel nodded and left, but inside, his thoughts were spinning. What truth was she talking about? Why did Briggs seem nervous? He walked to the storage room behind the power station. There was a terminal there used for old data files. Daniel had accessed his. He searched for Soraya. Nothing. Then he searched for alien contact logs. One file popped up. Project Peaceflower, closed. Access level, red. He tried to open it. Access denied. Then another file below it. First contact, Colony 5. He clicked it. Images loaded. A group of humans. And alien women. Shaking hands, smiling. One of them was Soraya. Daniel stepped back from the screen. She helped us before. So why is she in a cage now? He looked outside the window. The cage sat still, glowing in the daylight. And Soraya was staring at him. As if she knew he had just found the truth. The colony lights went out at exactly 1 a.m. Not just flickered, complete darkness, and no warning. No storm, just silence. Daniel sat up in bed, heart racing. The machines never failed in Colony 9. Even backup lights were dead. Only the red moon above gave a dim glow through the window. Through the silence, he heard it again, the voice. Daniel. He froze. Soraya? He whispered, stepping closer to the window. Yes, don't be afraid. How are you speaking to me? I'm in my room. I don't speak with mouth, I speak with mind. Daniel swallowed. His window looked straight toward the cage. Even in the red moonlight, he could see her. Soraya, standing tall. Her glowing purple eyes locked on his. I saw the files, Daniel said. You helped humans before. Why are you here now? I was tricked, Soraya said. I was told there was peace. But when I arrived, they attacked. Who? Daniel asked. The soldiers? No, she said, voice growing weaker. The ones behind the soldiers, the ones who wear uniforms, but hide their real faces. Daniel didn't understand. Are you saying there are spies? In the colony? Yes, and now they know you're helping me. Suddenly, the power flashed back on. Bright floodlights lit up the cage area. Soldiers ran towards Soraya. A loudspeaker buzzed. Attention, all residents, return to sleep. Do not go near the alien containment area. That is an order. Daniel quickly shut his window and stepped back. His heart was pounding. If what she said was true, someone powerful wanted her quiet. And now they knew about him. The next morning, Daniel pretended like nothing had happened. He walked to the supply center, picked up a toolbox, and went to repair a broken power panel. But while walking past the commander's building, he noticed something strange. A black ship had landed. Sleek, silent, and covered in markings he had never seen before. Not military, not civilian. 3 people in dark coats stepped out. No names, no rank. Faces covered with masks. They entered the command building without a word. Daniel asked a nearby guard, "Who are they?" The guard shook his head. "They're from Earth HQ, Internal Affairs. They're here for the alien." That night, Daniel couldn't stop thinking, why would Earth send masked agents to a remote colony just to handle one alien woman? Why were files about her history deleted? He needed answers. So, at midnight, he grabbed a flashlight and snuck into the central data room off limits. To workers like him, he used an old admin card he found weeks ago. The door beeped once, then opened. Inside, the room was cold. Screens flickered. Data poured across them like rivers. He searched for Project Peaceflower again. Still locked. Then he searched the new tag he remembered from the ship. Unit 7. Black code. A file opened. It showed footage from before Soraya was captured. She was walking through an open field, hands raised. No weapons, no threat, but soldiers opened fire anyway. She fell. Then a masked agent injected her with something. She went unconscious. A second later, the agent looked at the camera and said, "Erase this, she knows too much." Daniel's hands shook. They lied to everyone. Soraya didn't attack. She surrendered. They took her by force. He quickly downloaded the video onto his old tool-chip. Then he ran. But as soon as he stepped outside, BZZD, a flash of light hit the wall beside him. A drone. "Stop!" shouted a guard. "Put your hands up." Daniel ran into the shadows behind the buildings, breathing hard. He knew now they would never let the truth out, but he had a choice. He could run, or he could help Soraya escape. He returned to his room and tapped on the window. The cage was still glowing. She looked up at him again. He held up the chip in his hand and nodded. I know the truth now, he whispered. I'm getting you out. She nodded once, eyes soft. Then we don't have much time. The rain started just before dawn. It didn't rain often on Colony 9. But when it did, the sky cried like it remembered something terrible. Thick drops hit the metal roofs. The ground became mud. Everything felt heavy. Daniel stood near the cage, pretending to repair a power post. But he wasn't fixing anything. He was watching the guards, watching the cameras, and most of all watching her. Soraya sat still, hands in her lap, eyes closed. She looked peaceful. But Daniel knew what she really was now, not a monster, not a killer. A key. She held the truth. And that truth could burn everything down. The stolen video chip was hidden inside Daniel's boot. He hadn't slept all night. He kept hearing the voice of the masked agent in his head. Erase this. She knows too much. And now he knew. Too much too. He walked back to the workshop and entered through the back door. The colony was quiet. Most people were asleep. Only the rain made noise. He turned on the old monitor inside the shop, slid in the chip and played the file again. There she was, Soraya, stepping out of her ship, hands up, offering peace. There were flowers in her hand, real flowers. Maybe from her home planet. She smiled. Then soldiers shot her. Daniel paused the video. Zoomed in. There standing behind the soldiers was someone else. Commander Briggs. Watching. Not stopping them. Daniel felt cold. He always thought Briggs was just a tough soldier. But now, he looked like a man who knew what was coming. Who wanted it to happen. Daniel opened a hidden drawer in the desk and took out a small flash drive. He copied the video to it. Then he walked outside. The rain had stopped. Daniel headed toward the library dome. It was old, barely used anymore. But it still had one thing the others didn't. Direct signal line to the EarthNet. The main communication systems were watched by the military. But this one wasn't. It was used only for uploading colony reports and science logs. He entered quietly and sat down at the dusty control panel. He plugged in the flash drive. Uploading file. 12%. His hands trembled. If he could upload this to EarthNet, someone might listen. Someone might question why an alien diplomat was locked in a cage. But then footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Coming closer. He turned and froze. Commander Briggs. Wet boots. Cold eyes, shock pistol in hand. Thought you were clever, boy, Briggs said. But you're not the first one she's fooled. Daniel stood up. You lied. You shot her when she came in peace. Briggs didn't blink. We were given orders. By who? Briggs stepped closer. People who understand the future. Peace with her kind isn't possible. We tried once. They betrayed us. No, Daniel said. You betrayed them. Uploading file. 82%. Briggs noticed the screen. His eyes narrowed. He raised his pistol. Daniel kicked the chair toward him and ran. Zap. The pistol fired, missed. Daniel slammed the emergency send button. Upload COE. Briggs tackled him. Daniel hit the ground hard. The last thing he saw before blacking out was the screen. Transmission sent to EarthNet Central. Daniel woke up inside a dark room. His hands were tied. His head hurt. Voices echoed outside. The door. He sent it already. Then it's too late. No, not if we erase him and her. Suddenly, a loud explosion shook the building. Boom. Screams, sirens. The lights went red. The door burst open and a hand grabbed Daniel. Warm. Strong. Glowing faint purple. It was Soraya. How? Daniel asked weakly. I still have power, she said. Not enough to fight everyone, but enough to break a door. She helped him stand. You uploaded it? She asked. Daniel nodded. Double quotes. Good. Now they will come. But first, we must survive. Outside. Chaos filled the colony. The black ship from Earth was burning. Drones flew in all directions. Guards shouted. No one knew what was happening. Daniel and Soraya ran through the back tunnels of the colony old maintenance, paths no one used anymore. We can't stay here, Daniel said. They'll kill us both. There's a place, Soraya said. Deep in the forest, my old beacon is buried there. If I reach it, I can call for help. They reached a hidden exit and stepped into the thick forest beyond the colony walls. Behind them, alarms screamed. But ahead was silence, and somewhere in that silence was hope. The forest was alive. Strange glowing plants lit the path. The air smelled like wet metal. Every step made the ground pulse softly like it had a heartbeat. Daniel had never been outside the colony before. No one was allowed past the walls. Everyone said the forest was cursed. Now he knew why. It wasn't cursed. It was alive, alien, watching. Beside him, Soraya moved fast. Her steps were silent. She knew this place. This forest was ours once, she whispered. Long before your colony came. Daniel looked around nervously. Is anything dangerous out here? Yes, she said. But not like you think. Back at Colony 9, soldiers were searching. They had drones in the air, trackers on the ground. Commander Briggs had issued the order, capture the human, terminate the alien. Inside the command center, one of the black-suited agents smashed his fist on the table. They sent the video, he growled. EarthNet will question everything now. Briggs lit a cigarette and said coldly, then we erase them before Earth gets here. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, Daniel and Soraya stopped near a large fallen tree. Soraya knelt and placed her hand on the mossy bark. It glowed purple. The tree slid open. Underneath was an old alien machine, long and silver like a sleeping animal. What is this? Daniel asked. A beacon, Soraya said. My last connection to my people, but it's old. I must power it with my life force. Wait, Daniel said, stepping back. Will it hurt you? Yes, she said. But we have no other choice. Daniel looked at her. This alien woman had every reason to hate humans. Yet here she was, saving one. He made a decision. No, he said. We do it together. Use my energy too. Whatever you need. Soraya looked surprised. No human has ever offered that before. Daniel smiled weakly. Guess I'm not like the others. She took his hand and placed it on the beacon's core. It lit up first dim, then bright. A low hum filled the forest. The beacon came alive. Then boom. A blast shook the ground nearby. They found us, Daniel shouted. Soraya's eyes flared. We need more time. They ran behind the beacon as drones flew in. Soldiers in black armor followed, scanning with heat vision. Daniel and Soraya ducked under a rock ledge. Split up, she said. I'll lead them away. You guard the beacon. No, Daniel grabbed her wrist. We stay together. But she smiled gently. You said you're not like the others. Prove it. Trust me. She vanished into the mist. The soldiers chased. Movement in the trees, Soraya's glowing trail. But it was a trick. She had used her energy to send out copies, faint shadows, moving fast. The soldiers followed the wrong ones. Back at the beacon, Daniel hid in the roots of a massive tree. The machine beeped. It was almost ready. Then a sound behind him. He turned. Commander Briggs stepped out of the shadows, pistol aimed at Daniel's chest. Did you think you could run from this? Briggs said. Daniel stood firm. It's over. Everyone knows now. Briggs laughed coldly. You think Earth will care? They'll delete the file, just like they deleted her people. Daniel clenched his fists. You're scared of her. She's not a hero, Briggs hissed. She's a warning. A reminder that humans are not the strongest out here. He stepped forward, ready to fire, but then a flash of purple light. Soraya appeared behind him. You were warned, she said softly. She touched Briggs's back. The light from her hand passed through him. He collapsed, unconscious. Daniel rushed. Forward, you came back. I always do, she said, weak but smiling. The beacon blinked once, then shot a beam into the sky. A message sent. Far above, beyond orbit. Something answered. Daniel looked up. What now? Soraya took his hand. Now. We wait, and hope my people believe in humans again. The signal went up. A beam of white-purple light tore through the clouds and into space, silent, bright, and unstoppable. But it was like lighting a fire in the dark. Now everyone could see them. High above the planet, a satellite turned. A dark signal pulsed back. Not friendly. Not Soraya's people. Back at the colony, every alarm screamed. Red lights, blinking maps. Multiple ships now moving toward the planet. One was hers, the other was not. Inside the forest, Daniel and Soraya stood under the dying glow of the beacon. It worked, Daniel said, panting. You did it. Soraya didn't smile. They heard us, she said. But so did the ones who want me dead. Suddenly, a sharp whistle tore through the trees. Boom! An explosion hit near the beacon. Dirt and fire flew into the sky. Daniel fell back, coughing. Run! Soraya shouted. They sprinted through the alien forest, the ground pulsing with every step. Behind them, black drones zipped through the trees. Scanning and firing. One shot hit a tree beside Daniel. It burst into glowing sap and ash. They're not regular soldiers. Daniel yelled. They're not human at all, Soraya replied. They're from Unit Black. Bio-war machines. Daniel tripped over a root. A drone aimed at him. Zap. Soraya jumped between them and released a pulse of light. The drone shorted out and crashed. But she fell too. Her hands shook. I used too much power, she whispered. Daniel helped her up. We'll rest later, he said. Now we run or die. They reached the edge of the cliff. Below was a wide river glowing with blue mist. No way down, Daniel said. Soraya looked behind them. More drones closing in. She looked at him. I can slow them. No, Daniel shouted. You'll die. I'm already fading. Daniel grabbed her hand tightly, then we jumped together. Before she could answer, he jumped, pulling her with him. They fell through the misty air. Drones screamed above. Water hit like stone. When Daniel opened his eyes, they were floating near the riverbank. Soraya was beside him, unconscious but breathing. He dragged her to the rocks and laid her down. Soraya, wake up. Her eyes flickered open. You're crazy, she whispered. I'm human, he smiled. Same thing. For a few minutes, the world was silent again. Then a low rumble came from the sky. Daniel looked up. A ship, sleek, silver, with symbols that glowed like stars. It's my people, Soraya said weakly. They came. But Daniel saw something else. Another dot in the sky. Darker, sharper, coming fast. That's not one of yours, is it? Soraya's face went pale. No, that's the one that hunts us both. The river shook as the alien ship landed softly on the shore. Two figures stepped out. Tall, glowing robes. No weapons. One bowed. Princess Soraya, the figure said. We received your signal. Daniel blinked. Princess? Soraya groaned. I didn't want to make it awkward. The second alien looked at Daniel. You are the human who saved her? Daniel nodded slowly. You are now marked, the alien said. The ones who hunt her will hunt you too. I figured, Daniel said. Above them, the dark enemy ship entered the sky. Fast, angry, deadly. The peaceful aliens opened a portal in the ground. Bright white. Safe. Come now, they said. We can't fight here. Daniel looked at Soraya. She was fading fast. Can she make it? She must, the alien said. Or everything ends. The enemy ship opened fire. Trees exploded around them. Daniel picked up Soraya in his arms and ran toward the light. He looked back one last time at the world he knew, the colony. The lies. The cage. Then he stepped into the portal. Behind them, the enemy ship fired again, but the portal closed, and they were gone. Asterisk. The ground beneath Daniel was not dirt. It was glass. Warm, smooth, alive. He blinked. All around him was white light. Strange walls floated in the air like clouds. Shapes moved, but not with gravity. Not with time. He had stepped into another world. A world that didn't follow human rules. Soraya lay in his arms, still breathing. Barely. Then, without sound, 3 glowing figures appeared. No feet, no weapons. Only light. Place her on the cradle, one said. Daniel followed, unsure. He stepped onto a round platform. The glass lit up. A small pot opened like a flower. He laid her inside. A soft hum began. She started to glow. Is she going to live? He asked. She gave too much of herself, said the alien. But she is strong. Stronger than even we believed. Daniel stepped back, watching the pod slowly close. This was not a hospital. Not a spaceship. This was a memory chamber. Everything here. Remembered. Every step, every word, every sound stored forever. He saw lights form a screen above him. Images floated there. Earth, Colony 9, and then something else. A creature. Sharp. Black, wings like blades. Eyes like fire. The enemy that follows her is not just after revenge, the alien said softly. It is after the signal she sent. Why? Daniel asked. Because it wasn't just a call for help, the alien replied. It was a key. Daniel stepped closer. What kind of key? The alien touched the glass floor. A map appeared, huge and complex. Not just one star system. Hundreds. In the center, a symbol glowed bright. Soraya's homeworld. But beneath it, hidden, another mark. Earth. Daniel stared. What does that mean? The alien replied. Long ago, before humans walked your planet, our ancestors visited Earth. They left behind knowledge, hidden in your world. We thought it was lost. Daniel's heart beat faster. You're saying Earth has alien tech? Yes, locked for thousands of years. But only Soraya's signal could unlock it. Daniel looked up at the screen. The signal woke up something on Earth. Didn't it? The alien nodded slowly. And now, others are coming to take it. Suddenly, alarms echoed through the chamber. Boom! The ground shook. A voice shouted, the enemy ship has breached the outer field. The pod holding Soraya glowed. Brighter. She is not ready yet, cried the healer. Daniel looked around. What can I do? The alien looked at him. You have already done what no one else dared. You believed in her. Daniel clenched his fists. Then tell me what to do next. Moments later, Daniel stood inside a room filled with alien machines. A large console sat in the middle, its surface glowing. Symbols floated above it. What is this? He asked. The core interface, the alien said. Only those chosen by the signal can activate it. Daniel stepped forward. The machine responded to his presence. Symbols turned into words. English. Welcome, human key. A beam of light scanned Daniel's body. DNA match confirmed. Lineage, Earth origin type hybrid. Daniel froze. Hybrid? The alien placed a hand on his shoulder. Your ancestors were not fully human. Before he could respond, the walls cracked open. Dark mist poured in. The enemy had found them. Tall. Shadows stepped through. Armor like stone. Faces covered. Eyes red. One pointed at Daniel. Give us the signal. Daniel stepped in front of the console. No. They fired, but the blast never hit. The pod behind them exploded open. Soraya stepped out. Eyes glowing. Hands raised. Voice like thunder. You will not touch him. The enemy flew back as energy pulsed from her body. Daniel rushed to her side. You're awake. I felt your fear, she said. And I followed your light, he smiled. You saved me first. She looked at the console. The core is unlocked? Yes, Daniel said. But I don't know what it means. It means, she said, gripping his hand, that Earth is no longer just a human world. The chamber lit up. The signal grew stronger. Above them, stars shifted. Lights bent. Earth was waking up, and so was something much older. The world was ending, but it didn't feel like fear. It felt like change. Above them, the sky opened like a wound. Stars flickered, blinked, then disappeared. Ships moved through the light like sharks in deep water. Daniel stood beside Saraya, her hand in his. They were no longer running. They were standing between two futures. Behind them, the alien console glowed. Earth's ancient signal, now fully awakened, pulsed through space. It had already reached its final destination. Now, both allies and enemies were coming. Saraya looked up. My people will arrive soon. Daniel nodded. What happens then? She turned to him. That depends on you. Me? He asked, surprised. I'm just a repairman. You are more, she said gently. You broke the cage. Not with weapons, but with choice. From the far edge of the sky, a new ship appeared, sleek, massive, silver wings stretching miles wide. It moved like it was alive. The lead healer stepped forward. The High Council arrives, he said. Will they help Earth? Daniel asked. The healer hesitated. They remember the old betrayal. Daniel frowned. But we didn't betray them. No, Saraya said, but fear doesn't care about truth. Suddenly, another shadow moved in the sky. The enemy ship, black, cold, covered in scars. It had followed them to the final place, the last battlefield. A deep voice echoed across the air. Give us the human. He holds the signal. Surrender him, or we burn both worlds. Silence. Saraya stepped in front of Daniel. You will not take him. You are weak, the voice replied. You lost your crown. You lost your people's favor. You lost everything. Saraya looked at Daniel, then back at the sky. I didn't lose him, she said. The enemy ship fired. A direct strike, but it never landed. The High Council ship released a wave of energy blocking the blast. Calm, quiet, and final. A voice spoke from above. The human has chosen light. We will stand beside him. The enemy ship retreated, but not far. This is not over, the voice whispered. Earth will kneel, if not today, then tomorrow. And then it vanished into space. Peace. For now. Daniel sat near the console, breathing hard. It's really over? For now, Saraya said. But they'll come back. They always do, she whispered. But next time, Earth won't be alone. The High Council ship landed. From it came the elders, tall beings of light and memory. One stepped toward. Daniel, you carry old blood, the elder said. Do you wish to come with us? Daniel looked at Earth's image floating in the air. The forests, oceans, cities. His home. Then he looked at Saraya. She held out her hand. Come with me. He took it. Together, they stepped onto the alien ship. Behind them, the stars shifted again. Earth was still spinning, still fighting, still hoping. But now it had a voice in the stars. A defender, a bridge, a human.